Here we are, a week has gone by since Chazz Witherspoon was in a battle with Chris Arreola, unfortunately. From the wrong end of the decision, or the, I guess, disqualification. A week out, how you doing?
I'm doing really good. My spirits are high. I take that fight as a learning experience, a really, really good learning experience, because the fight that I fought wasn't the way I trained to fight. You know, I ended up getting into a slugging match with him. I let my pride get me caught up into a war, and I lost that fight for myself. I don't take nothing away from Chris Arreola. Really nice guy, strong guy, tough guy, because he took some of my shots too. So he's a tough guy, and he did what he had to do, but I just didn't stick to my plan. I had a plan, and I didn't stick to it.
I talked to a few people, you know, a few of us media-type people. They thought, you know, just looking at his face, that they thought that he may have been getting tired. Did you feel that he may have been slowing down a little bit?
I definitely believe he'd had to come out for the fourth round. He'd have been sucking for air a little bit, because he expended a lot of energy in the third round trying to get me out of there. So I think he would have been tired. I was in tremendous physical condition, and I should have allowed that to play a factor in the fight. I didn't allow that to play a factor by going out there and brawling with him right from the beginning. You know, so that was all my fault. You know, I deviated from my own plan, so I can't blame nobody for that. He capitalized on it, so he did his job.
When you went back to your corner, obviously you were visibly a little shaken up. You stumbled your first couple seconds, but then you sat down the stool, and then they stopped the fight in between.
And I stood right up, and I said, "What's going on?" I recover really fast. I don't stay hurt long.
The question was, what was your thought when they said the fight was over? The first thing that came to your mind?
I didn't know what happened. I said, I know I made the count, so I wasn't sure if they were trying to say I got knocked out, or if a doctor stopped it, or what. I didn't know what was the reason behind them stopping it. So, I mean, it is what it is. I can't cry over spilled milk. I know it's under protest now, and I don't know whether or not they're going to overturn it. I'm still going to always look at that fight as a loss, if they overturn it or not. You know, I fought a stupid fight. You know, so it's a loss, and I'm going to learn tremendously from it.
The past, 3-4 years since you've been a pro, you put your head down on the pillow at night knowing that your last fight was always a win. Last week, I guess you can't say that now. What's that feeling like compared to the 26 wins?
Well, it's a feeling that I take everything in stride. I prepare myself every fight. I prepare myself for a win or for a loss. So I'm just going to use this as motivation and grow. I'm going to tighten up my boxing game from A to Z, and I'm going to use it as motivation. I kind of got a little chip on my shoulder now, which I didn't have before. You know, I would go into the ring just with a light heart and going there to win. Complacent, definitely so. Whereas though now, I kind of got something to prove. Not to myself, because I know who I am, I know how I'm built, but I got something to prove to the world. So now, I guess, I don't want to say I'm hungry, but I got something to prove, so I got a little chip on my shoulder now.
Now, like, before the fight, I'm sure you were thinking you're very confident win. I know you weren't looking past Arreola, but obviously the door was wide open if you won that fight.
Yeah.
I'm sure in the back of your mind thinking some, huge paydays and big fights were ahead. Now, I guess you got to take a step back. I mean, now what's the game plan for the next 2-3 fights?
Well, actually, I'm going up to New York to have a meeting with my promoter to see which direction we're going in, so I can answer that question a little better. Maybe if you call me up next week.
I'll do that.
No, definitely call me up. But no, I don't think it's too far off. I got to go back, regroup, get a couple fights under my belt, get a little more experience under my belt, and then take another crack at it. It was my heart that lost me the fight. It's not the fact that
not your lack of it either.
Yeah, see, that's what it was. I got too much heart, and I got to have smart heart. Instead of when I get hit trying to prove that everybody can take a punch and start trading with the guy, I got to tie him up or move or wait until I recover and then start trading with him again. So it was too much heart that lost me the fight, and it was my inexperience coming out. I didn't really even know how to tie up, because I've never had to tie up in a fight before. So I tied up the wrong way. All these things I'm going to work on and bring back to the game, and I'm going to start using my jab a little more too.
You basically said you're still learning on the job a little bit. Do you feel then maybe that fight maybe shouldn't have happened? I know everything's 20/20 hindsight. Maybe you may have needed 2 or 3 more fights before taking a step back.
Definitely. Well, I said I always thought the fight would happen maybe February or March of 2009. So it was a little earlier than I expected, but I'm going to grow a lot from this. I mean, I had a loss similar to this, not like this, but my father stopped my first open class fight. I only had 3 novice fights. I had an open class fight against a tough guy. I took a lot of punishment in the first round. My father stopped the fight in between rounds. So, and then right after that fight, I took 3rd in the PAL, 2nd in the U.S. Championships, and then I ended up becoming the alternate. So I learned from it. I grew from it. So that's the same thing I'm going to do here.
Well, anything you want to say? We saw you for the first time on HBO last week. Anything you want to say in closing?
Sorry.
Anything you want to say in closing?
I just want to say you haven't seen the last of me. I'm definitely going back to the gym. I'm not discouraged. I'm going to use this as motivation, and I'm going to grow a lot from this, and I'm going to be a better fighter because of this.
Well, Chazz, as always, we'll be following you along the way, and best of luck.
Thank you.